We're here together to look at exciting new technology that we have to thank Senator Kohl for securing. Without his championing this important project in Washington, D.C., the technology we're going to be able to demonstrate to you today would simply be unavailable. I also welcome Mayor Tom Barrett and have him also have an opportunity to see what we have installed in an area of Milwaukee that desperately needs crime control and violence reduction. And we're excited to produce a piece of technology that can absolutely assist in both. We're here to tell the community about a form of technology known as ShotSpotter. This is a technology that's basically a gunshot locator system. It is so configured as to be able to, number one, distinguish a gunshot from any other ambient noise in a city neighborhood, and secondarily, to direct officers to the exact location from where that gunshot was fired. We first sent officers to a call generated by the ShotSpotter system on Christmas Eve. Since then, we have sent officers to over 200 calls generated by the ShotSpotter system. In several of them, we've made arrests. We've taken pains to locate this system in an area that has long been bedeviled by gunshot-related violence. As a matter of fact, in this one particular neighborhood, in 30 days, there were 101 gunshots recorded by this system. Now, on January 10th of this year, Neighborhood Task Force officers Matt Stadler and David Bublitz, who are standing behind me, responded to a ShotSpotter call that was generated from the 3100 block of North 28th Street. While driving down the block, they saw two individuals behaving suspiciously. They stopped them. They stopped one who remained at the scene and was in possession of a firearm. They chased the other one and apprehended him, and he was in possession of a firearm. Thanks to the ShotSpotter system that was able to activate even faster than someone could dial 911, and sadly in some neighborhoods a mere gunshot alone doesn't even generate the 911 call. But thanks to this system, our officers had probable cause to stop two individuals in a neighborhood, both of whom were armed with firearms. On January 15th, officers Chad Boyack and Nate Fager were on patrol in the area of the 2800 block of North 21st Street. ShotSpotter was activated and directed them to go to a bar at that location. They entered the bar where there were four patrons, one of whom dove out a window. And what they recovered at the scene was an SKS assault rifle that had recently been fired. These are just two examples of the literally life-saving potential of this system. Now, technology isn't cheap, technology isn't free. And technology of the latest sort can't always be available within the confines of a single municipal budget. That's why it's so important to have a champion in Washington, D.C. who was able to identify funds that are desperately needed and that those funds are put to a proper public use to reduce crime, reduce violence, and assist the police in keeping people safe. For that, we have Senator Kohl to thank, and for that reason, I am asking him to say a few words now. Senator Kohl.
Thank you very much, Chief Flynn. I'm honored to be here with you, as well as Mayor Tom Barrett. You know, I've lived in Milwaukee all my life, and so I'm very much aware and sensitive to people in public office and their effectiveness over the years. And I can say without equivocation, I think Chief Flynn and Mayor Barrett are two of the very, very best at their jobs in the United States. And to be standing here with them is indeed a privilege and an honor for me. And I'm very pleased to have been in a position to see to it that the city of Milwaukee got ShotSpotter. It's an outstanding piece of technology which really has and will continue to be a tremendous improvement to our police force in, as Chief Flynn pointed out, in detecting, pinpointing gunshots and getting there immediately to see to it that we reduce crime and get the people who perpetrated it off the streets and in jail. Without this, the job is more difficult. With this, the job is much easier. And to have a chance to do that for my home city is really something that I'm very fortunate to be in a position to do. And I'm very happy to be here today to endorse this technology and, of course, hugely endorse Chief Flynn and Mayor Tom Barrett.
Thank you, Senator. We'd just like to point out that this system cost over $500,000. And again, that's money that we have the Senator to thank, and we're very grateful. Also like to introduce Mayor Tom Barrett, who's here to say a few words. He certainly recognizes the broader context within which getting assistance from Washington, D.C. in our crime-fighting efforts is certainly necessary and proper. Mayor Barrett.
Thank you very much, Chief Flynn, and I want to thank Senator Kohl for his incredible work in helping us secure these funds. I'll tell you why this is important to me. Chief Flynn talked about the activities that occurred on 28th and Burleigh and the officers responding there. He also talked about the activities that occurred on 21st and Locust and the police officers who responded there. I care about the people who live in those neighborhoods. There are a lot of good people who live in those neighborhoods, and they deserve to live in a safe neighborhood. And there are too many gunshots in those neighborhoods right now. And it is our job collectively to do everything we can to get rid of those guns that are causing havoc in those neighborhoods. I want those neighborhoods to be as safe as any neighborhood in this city, as safe as any neighborhood in this state. And this technology, which I describe as GPS for gunshots, I don't know if that's accurate in terms of technology, but that's how I envision it. It allows us to use a GPS-like device to really focus on where a gunshot occurs. And it allows our incredibly good police officers to get there and respond and make these neighborhoods a safer neighborhood. But Chief Flynn is right. It's important for us to have a partner in Washington, D.C. who recognizes first and foremost that it does make sense for us to help local units of government who at this time are incredibly strapped for resources, but to have a partner like Senator Kohl, who not only is there every time we need him, but is there in a very constructive fashion, is a huge plus for all the people who live in this community. Without his help, we would not have this. With his help, as Chief Flynn described, the men and women who work for the Milwaukee Police Department now have a more effective tool to help us fight crime.
We can take a few questions, and other than that, I bet there's folks you'd like to talk to, like my officers here, as well as toys you'd like to see. So, please.